Assalamualaikum, hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Nia IMANISA and you can call me Nia. I class 2C. In this video, I will explain about motivational speech and I will dub the voice from Mr. Randy Paliso. Entitled Math is not hard, it's a language. So, keep on watching. Let's watch the story, guys. %26. On the nation report part that the present year below for 12 weathered for the subsection in math. In America, we had everything as exceptional country, but the 26% sounds exceptional to you. Raise your hand if you think as the country we need, do you think better than that? I'm with you. We all need math, for why are so many kids confused by us? It is because only 26% people are hardwired from that love 70% or not. After working with thousands of kids, I can tell you this is kids at all. Kids don't understand math because we have been teaching a dehumanized subject. But if we mimic human again, it will start to make sense again. You're probably wondering how is math in every human in first place. So think about it. Math is a human language, just a language Spanish and Chinese, because it allows people to communicate with each other. Even in ancient time, people needed language of math to conduct trade, to build a monument and measure the land for farming. This idea of math, the language isn't exactly new. A great philosopher once said, the law nature are written in the language of mathematics. So you see, even Galileo agrees in it. But somewhere along the line, we're taking language of math with about the real world around and we abstract to beyond the recognition. And that's why kids get confused. Let me show you what this means. Will this third grade California math standard and people make sense when 8 years old. Understand the fraction 1/b, the quantity formed by 1 when a whole partition into a bill equals part. Understand a fraction a/b as a quantity formed by a part of side 1/b. And if you give this fraction to an 8-year, you probably get fraction like this. A math expert, this standard makes sense. But to a kid, it's absolute torture. I tell this example specifically because fractions are foundation to algebra, trigonometry, and even calculus. Kids don't understand fraction in the elementary middle school because it helps a way ahead the high school. But there's a way make subtraction simple and easy for kids understand. Yes. Just remember that math the language and shoot the image. For example, when one teach first grader how to add subtraction, I start with the apple plus apple. Please listen. For say yes, 1 apple plus 1 apple, 1 people often say 2 with the pretty correct. Have that include the word as well as with math the language. But not just 2, it's 2 apples. Next is 3 pencils plus 3 pencils. You all know that pencils plus pencils, these pencils. So everyone, how many pencils? 5 pencils. 5 pencils is right. And the K is equal to word. I try to submit with my 5 years old man mom. Is added pencil and pencil as here. What's 4 billion plus 1 billion? And my own overheard this dance. She is clad in shades. Are you crazy? She is been in kindergarten. How she is supposed to know 4 billion plus 1 billion? I'm done yet. My niece finished counting. Looks up and says, 5 billions? And I says this right, it's even 5 billion. Mayon started hitting that because she didn't expect that from the 5 year. But all you have to do is take a language and math, become into it. It's easy to understand. Then I ask equation, kindergarten definitely not supposed to know. Plus 1/3, plus 1/3. Immediately answers 2/3. Such as you wondering how can she possibly know that when she doesn't know about the numerator and denominator yet? You see, she was thinking about numerator and denominator. She solved the problem this way. And she has 1 apples plus 1 apples. Terminology to understand. 1/3 plus 1/3. So even a kindergartner can abstraction. You'd better believe that every third grader can do LC well. Just for fun, I asked her algebra question. What's 7x squared plus 2x squared? And did the 5 correctly answer 9x squared. And she did any exponent rules to figure that out. So when people say that we are either wired or not, it's not true. Math is a human language, so we have all the ability to understand in this. We need to take language approach to math urgently because too many kids are lost. And there are exchanges about math. Doesn't have to be that way. I work with an angry kid at high school student one and passed the algebra because she is only now 44% of the multiplication text. I told her that such and kind were 44% of the alphabet. That's holding me back. She couldn't pass her of public relation, and she has no confidence in that. As the result, this teenager had confidence in herself. I've told her we have to start with the multiplication because when you know all you have with you part, everything gets easier and they will be happy as fast by the everything you listen late. What do you think? And she said, okay. But she systematically learned a time in weeks. And yes, even multiplication which in the better than that. You'll be surprised how many kids don't realize 7 times 3 can be spelled out. A 7 times 3 will just mean 3 7 times, just like this. So when kids see this way, they quickly realize that the repetition is low in inconvenience. So they club memorize 3 7 times, all the way to 21. For the teenager word or tricks to dropping out, becoming fluent and confident. Multiplication with the game changer, because for the first time on the problem solving instead counting that finger. I'm new sis in the corner when she's figured out 2 years early at $445 a month would cost you $10,680. And she is looking at me disapprovingly and said, it's a pro sock. That's expensive. At that moment, now having wonder processing problem for here, but she was giving it most of problem as the reason at adult. As an educator, it's my duty to challenge kids to be tired. Trial you with this challenge. Our country is trapped at 26% subsection, and I challenge you to pass the number higher. This is important Because mathematics thinking not pile your mind, but orchestra needed to imagine and develop the future that is stages. Meeting his challenge can be simple, as apples plus apples. Insist that we teach math the human language, that you should get gathered in there. Thank you.